run some errands, get my hair cut. Just got back from Lake George. Great times. It was about like a 4-hour drive for me. Took the bike up there, the F-07. Probably did 2 stops. You know, got there in decent time. But I mean, for future reference, this probably would have been better if I left early instead of leaving like at 12 and getting there like in the afternoon and paying $700 for 2 nights at a hotel. You know, when I got there, the demo rides was finished. After that long ride, all I wanted to do was just relax by the pool and just get hammered, which I did. Oh, but I took a nap, woke up, went out to the bars. A lot of people, a lot of nice bikes. The crowd is very nice. It's a good experience. The next day, I test rode a few KTMs, a few Yamahas, but Yamaha, they don't want people to record their demo rides. But not for nothing, those demo rides, man, those guys really push those bikes in the corners, so I couldn't understand they don't want to record it, because obviously you're going well above the speed limit, you know, and then it makes you a better rider, I guess. You know, you gotta ride your own ride, but at the same time you wanna challenge yourself, you know. So if some guys doing like 60, speed limit's 40, if you could keep up and practice maneuvering and negotiating corners, then you become a much better rider. So ironically, in the Yamaha, that's what I was doing. But when I took my personal bike, I mean, I wasn't trying to push 60 plus in the corners by myself, you know? So that was some fun times, you know. Like, I ain't gonna lie, the Tenere 700 Yamaha, a very beautiful bike, but it's the same engine as this, and I feel like I want to get something like a different bike. I love this bike, but at the same time I want to get like multiple different bikes, you know what I mean? Not just feel like I'm riding the same bike all the time. So I'm looking at the KTM 890. Or the 1290. Or I might just end up buying another Super Sport or something. Buy a Super Sport, because I do like to, sometimes like the aggressive riding in corners. So yeah, so you know, going back to Americade, very nice. The hotels, I mean, for $700 for 2 nights, I mean, I think it was worth it, you know. Obviously in the off season you could get the same room for like $90 a night, but since it's Americade, they marked it up to like, it was like 3 and change, because the guy wanted to charge me $700 for 2 nights, and I just kept looking at him. I didn't say nothing, I just kept looking at him, and all he did was just like, I guess felt bad, so he just kept dropping the price lower and lower. Then he's like $650. Then he's like, listen man, I understand you always come here, so I'm gonna give it to you for $613 for 2 nights. And I'm like, you know what, I'll take it, man. So, you know, they had like a nice pool, nice overlook. You know, I went to one of the restaurants, got the lobster roll, delicious. I mean, last time I had nice lobster roll like that was deep in Long Island. So, you know, you could get like chicken and burgers just about anywhere, but you don't get lobster roll or nice seafood in a lot of places. So you might as well take advantage when you get the opportunity. Yeah, so going out at night, there was a lot of good-looking women out there and shit. A lot of bikes. I seen one guy in a Harley road glide, man. That guy dumped the clutch and did a 12 o'clock wheelie with his lady in the back. I'm like, holy shit. A 12 o'clock wheelie in a road glide with your girlfriend in the back? Man, that's impressive, man. I ain't gonna lie. That was impressive. I ain't gonna lie about that. So, yeah, a lot of bikes. You know, I took my bike around the lake a couple times. This year I was more cautioned than last year. Like last year I ran this bike up there 135 miles per hour. I don't know why. Driving under 87 north, doing 80 miles per hour, just cruising along the road. Guy in a Harley blew past me at 90. Like, what was it, 99? Yeah, it was like 99. He blew past me. All I remember was pardon my French, I tucked myself, pinned the throttle. I saw this bike crawl up to like 135, the speed limit, the max, and I just blew past him, man. And this was like a 10-mile run, just straight into 87 north, just gunning it. Man, that was speed. It felt like this thing's gonna take off, or the wind's gonna knock you off the bike. So I just kept myself tucked. It was good times, you know. So this year I was more cautious, more careful. I promised myself that I wasn't gonna ride like an animal. So most of the ride, ironically, I watched it. It was like 83 miles per hour. What is this like? Alright. This must be like, it's Stop Patrol. Stop Patrol. Let me go say hi to my local cops. What's going on? And the phone, of course. So going back to my Americade story, I went there the first night, not so eventful. You know, other than me arriving and the valet for the event giving me a freaking hard time about where's my wristband and shit. And giving me a hard time about my wristband and shit. You know, I just literally got there. Like, I'm like, I don't have a wristband. Like, I'm trying to check in at the hotel, so which I did. But I went to the pool. Damn, why is it every school area is so congested? Look at this shit. So that's nice. I went to the pool with my nice swimming trunks, and of course there's like this woman there. That woman has a big ass. Is it fucking Nicole? Anyway, yeah, so this woman kept talking to me and she looked good, man. I'm like, she's like pressing me, like literally in my face type shit. And I'm like, yo, she's good to go. Only problem is, she says she's married, and I'm like, nah, I don't want no problems. So we just chopped it up for a little bit, you know. She's asking me what bars am I going to go to drink so I could probably link up later. And in the back of my head, she's like saying stuff that I didn't understand, like, oh, which way you going? I'm going this way. And I'm like, I'm going that way. So I don't know if she wanted me to go with her as that invitation. I don't know. She didn't explicitly say. So she went her way, I went my way, I went out, and it was great times. Alright? I don't know what you're doing, but it looks, whatever you're doing, keep doing it. What the... Alright, so let me just jump to the chase while I have my memory right now. Day 2 was awesome. I went on some epic rides. I said, like, I took the Yamaha itinerary on the back roads, pushing that bike 60 in the 40 zone through the curves. You literally have to dip that bike and all this. But anyway, rode the bike, and I was so happy when the group ride ended, man. I was so happy I didn't crash, honestly, you know what I mean? Because I was going to back down, man. If this guy's pushing his bike, and I have 5 years of riding, I'm pushing my bike too, man. I'm pushing that bike. I'm gonna keep up with you. You're not leaving me behind. I'm sorry. So later that night, I went out, and it was good. Like, you know, like, you see guys like doing all type of stuff. Like, I seen one guy in a 1000 just rev bomb the hell out that bike. That thing was loud. You could hear from like 4 blocks away. So anyway, he rev bombed the bike, and as he was rev bombing it, he keeps looking behind him like this, and out of nowhere, his buddy in a Harley road glide just came out of nowhere. That thing was screaming. All I saw was him dump the clutch, did a freaking 12 o'clock wheelie, wheel straight up, with his girlfriend in the back. That shit was awesome, man. Just dumped the clutch, wheelie the Harley. Yeah, so you have a lot of experienced riders, great stunts. I didn't want to do no stunts on my bike because I crashed back in October, and it cost me, like, let's just say it was $2,000 I paid just for the accessories, like, you know, like to replace anything that scratched, like this piece right here. Anything that scratched, I replaced it, man. So it cost me $2,000, and I just got my bike inspected. I got the oil change, fluid change, all the chain. Got a nice little jacket to protect me, you know, so because I'm not trying to feel that road all over again. So went to the bar. There's a lot of good-looking girls out there. Some of them I met from last year, so it's good to actually see them all, you know, again. This time around, you exchange numbers, you try and link up, you know, like go party with them, whatever. Like, yo, come through. So I went to some bars. I'm getting trashed, man. I'm drinking, and you know, it was good times, I ain't gonna lie. And then next, I walked from one bar to another bar. As I was walking, I forgot the street's name. I'll have to look it up later. So I'm walking, and I hear like some kind of like moaning and stuff, you know what I mean? So I look in the, like, towards where the bushes was, and there's like a blonde girl, good looking girl, blonde girl. Blonde girl with a blue dress, good looking chick. She was just in the corner with some dude getting it on. Like, literally, they were like by the dumpsters. It's like there's a dumpster next to the carousel, and then there's the bushes over here. Literally by the dumpsters, just doing what they're doing, like, you know, bumping the uglies, whatever you want to call it, you know. So I'm over here thinking, like, damn, should I fucking even record this shit? I'm like, nah, man, I ain't no world star asshole, like, you know. I ain't no world star D-bag, you know what I mean, basically. So anyway, I let them rock out. They do what they gotta do. I'm just minding my business. I went to the bar, and again, a lot of beautiful women, but some stuff, you know, some stuff you just makes you think, man. Like, I met this one woman out there, and she looked like very shady, man. Like, you know, she's rolling around with 2 dudes. got her number. I'm like, yo, what are you doing tonight? She's like, oh, whatever you want to do, we could do, whatever. And I'm like, all right. So I started texting her, whatever. I met her in the pizzeria because it was late and it's like not a lot of places open to eat. Not a lot of places open to eat. So long story short, this woman was like pricing it out. You know what I mean? She's pricing it out because I'm like this phone right here, my iPhone. I have a privacy protector on it. So me and this girl was drinking in the bar, and I'm looking at her phone, and she's texting some guy like $250 for the hour. And in my head, I'm like, nah, man. I'm not against that type of shit, but like, she was just moving funny. Like, she's rolling around with two dudes that look mad ratchet. You're in the pizzeria buying some cheap ass, badass pizza, and you're giving it to these two bozos. And in my head, I'm like, you trying to link up with me for a date? You know, you have these two bozos orbiting you, like in tow, following you wherever the hell you go. Like, what's wrong? But anyway, I want nothing to do with her. But as the night progressed, I started to realize there's more, you know, some girls like her that's just like look a little bit like shady, you know what I mean? So all in all, it was a great time, man, you know? Like, obviously I got pictures of everybody, but I'm not going to expose or put out pictures of everybody that I talk to, you know what I mean? But like, I'll try to put out some pictures. Again, this is my GoPro. I'm more like go amateur because I'm new to this shit, and I really don't care. I'm a lazy dude. I got other stuff in my life that I gotta do. And this is like one of my first videos I'm actually recording and I'm actually talking through. But it's hard, you know, it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to write, concentrate, and talk at the same time. I figured it's better to vlog today than me try to do stunts on my bike. You know, I was gonna try to do some wheelies, practice some wheelies, just dump the clutch up, you know, second gear and 2,000 RPMs, have the wheel come up and watch the rear gear, the rear brake. But again, I just crashed in October. I'm not trying to pay more money for this bike when I just did that back in October. And how did my accident happen? It was simple. I'm doing 25. All I want to do is get some food, some Thai food. Doing 25. Within 3 blocks from my house, I rolled on the throttle, got up to 40. Light is green. Some guy coming, what was it, like westbound direction. And he had the red light. All I heard was his engine going. And in my head, I'm like, damn, this guy's gonna fucking take the light. So what did I do? I basically, long story short, I ate too much brakes. And my bike fishtail, and I went asphalt surfing, man. Busted the whole left side, busted the stock mirrors. Busted my stock mirrors. Went sliding, cost me probably like $500 in damage, but I got everything replaced and some protection bars on it, so plus the labor grabbed me to like around $2,000. It was like 1987 or some shit like that, like, you know, and change. Obviously gotta get gas me coming back from Lake George. Bay Ridge, where I grew up at, you know. Took a lot of lovely ladies to that park. go jog over here. It's really nice. The area is beautiful. I'll try to get some more video caption. I'm not wearing no gear. Normally when I wear gear, I try to push a little bit more. My friend Anton, I gotta hit the brother back up. Damn, this thing's violent. My ass needs to be doing bicycle ride. Alright, let's see if this guy wants to race. Let's go. Come on. 1, 2, 3. I'm about to go home soon, but before I do, let me just holler at some people. Struggle to put this glasses on. So before I go back home and end this video, I need to go to the bank and deposit a check because I'm trying to purchase my next motorcycle very, very soon. really why I took the bike out. Took the bike out for three reasons. Buy something that I need for work, get a haircut, get shaved up, and deposit this check, and just try this YouTube nonsense. Everybody's doing it, so might as well put my bid in. So what I'll do is I'll go to the bank real quick, and that should be it. That should be it. Took a nice ride home. I cleaned the bike, cleaned the car, but no matter what I do, it always gets dirty. And I guess I'll go home, relax a bit, and do my research. I was about to which bike I want to buy. I'm in the market of a KTM 890, the Yamaha Tenere 700, or the M1000 BMW Road Glide. I know these are different types of bike, but those are the ones that I prefer, and I buy what I like and I stick with it, you know. Learn the machine. Because a part of me wants to take the 890, go off-road with my buddies. Then again, you can also save $5 with the Tenere 700. Now, the 890 is supposed to be a better bike, in my opinion. That's what, you know, the stats are saying. We've ridden both, and I honestly like the Yamaha a little bit better. The Yamaha has some kind of kick to it. It's the same engine as this. But then again, when I test rode both of them, it was on paved road. It wasn't like off-road, so I can't really give like how they're going to perform off-road, you know. Now, I do a lot of highway mileage, a lot. I've ridden this to Pittsburgh and back. I've ridden it to New Hampshire. I have ridden this to Lake George more than one time for Americade, and just for like, you know, like events. You know, you go there, you go on a sunset cruise, you go kayaking, you rent kayaks. But to an extent, some part of me wanted like a road bike, you know, like something that could ease up the mileage and be comfortable with the wind just smacking you all around, or the bugs smacking your helmet. And then next, as far as the super sport, like the Yamaha R1M, I want that bike. I want the M1000RR. Just not so much to ride on a daily basis, but just to have, you know, like just to have in my garage and take it out every now and then. Maybe on like special events like 4th of July, Memorial Day, just ride them around, you know, Labor Day. Traffic, man. Unless you want to do some F-07 Street Fighter type nonsense.
I apologize.
Man, this girl keeps texting me and shit. I don't know why. Hope she's blocked in. I'm gonna move so you can get out. Who wants some? Oh, I ain't taking Bud Light. just run to the bank, deposit a check, go back home, text some people, review this YouTube GoPro shit. Video editing is not for me, man. Very time consuming. Yeah, this truck is coming fast on me. What are you doing? Always gotta watch your mirrors to see who's sneaking up on you or coming up on you fast. So yeah, that's the plan. Do some video editing. Then later on, hit up some people, see who wants to go down. Maybe later, me and my buddy Anton might go riding. I don't know if he's down for that. He said he crashed his dirt bike in the woods too many times and his body's aching. You know, can't tell the man what to do. You want to ride, you ride. If not, then save it for another day. God's willing. Grandmama, what are you doing? What's Grandma doing? Alright, so what street am I on? The bank should be like to the left, not so far. Maybe like another 2 blocks. That's it. Then I ride back home and that's just all she wrote. Alright, pretty cool. We got matching Jordans, we got the matching J's. I love seeing family.